and we encourage every woman to go out and live their dream, and that's just what one of our co-hosts, Nataly Tavidian, did. Nataly, so glad to have you back. Now tell us, you packed up your bags, you said bye to your family, and left sunny California and headed to Grand Island, Nebraska. Why did you do that?
I did, Sehnita, and you know, with Everyway Woman, I was always encouraging young professionals to go after their dreams, and I got close to not going after mine because my dream is to be a broadcast journalist, and I'm living that right now, and I'm so happy. But it's one of those careers where wherever you get hired, you have to pack up and leave, and I'm so grateful that I ended up somewhere where everybody's so kind and genuinely, it's going well. It's going very well, but it was scary.
Because you're a native Southern California, you have all of your family here, and I know that was really hard for you to wrap your head around having to leave. So what finally convinced you, you know what, I'm ready for it, I'm taking the plunge?
I surrounded myself with mentors, surrounded myself with great mentors who gave me great advice, and I just took a leap of faith. You know, my interview it felt right. And I'm not going to lie and say every day has been extremely happy. It's had its highs and lows, but it's the same with any job, you know. And I'm so happy I made that leap. And I'm home for a little bit right now, and I miss all the women of Everyway Woman. So it's great to be sitting here with you.
So tell us about the mentors. What kinds of mentors did you have, and what was some of the advice they gave you?
Well, I always give people advice to go out and find your mentors, and you should always go find someone in your field or someone that's kind of, you know, follow their footsteps, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And women from Everyway Woman gave me great advice. Yolando, you know, one of our creators, gave me great advice. You gave me great advice. I made friends with other reporters and producers, and I keep in touch with them all the time. And it's all about you keep going, and my fear of moving away from home, moving away from my comfort zone, sunny California, like you said, was almost stopping me from pursuing my dreams. But I finally, you know, I took a leap of faith and I applied, and now I live in Grand Island, Nebraska.
Speaking of the sun, how do you deal with the weather there? I mean, that's a whole entity, a beast on its own.
Yeah, weather is its own culture, right? It took me a while to get used to, but as long as you're dressed for it, it's not that bad.
Now, I heard a story that you actually had to call the sheriffs on your first snow day. How
I
did that happen?
I did. I was so excited to finally see snow. You know, we don't get snow in Southern California, but we can drive up to snow, right? But my first snow day, I got stuck. My car just wouldn't move. I drive a very low little Prius, and got stuck in the snow, and I was stuck at work. So the first thing I did is call the sheriffs, because that's the only people I knew I should trust.
There you go. There's the welcome wagon coming in.
Yeah, and you know, they put my story on the news the next day.
Oh, there you go. They got you for that.
Yeah, and I'm out there giving people advice on snow safety and how to drive in the snow, but I hadn't actually left work, so I was lucky.
Well, you know, speaking of mentors, I'm sure you're a role model for a lot of younger people than you now. You know, you're the next generation. You've kind of made it to your next stepping stone. What advice do you give to younger people who are trying to live their dream?
And you know what? That feels so great when other women, men or women, you know, approach me and say, I want to do what you do, and how do I get there? It's the biggest compliment in the world. And I just tell them to keep going. So many people kind of give up on their dreams and give up on their goals because they don't want to step out of their comfort zone. But stepping out of your comfort zone makes you a stronger person, and you learn more about yourself, kind of leaving everything that you're used to. So don't be afraid. It's scary, but don't be afraid.
And has it been scary, or were some of the fears that you really had, you know, didn't really turn out?
It isn't as scary as I thought it would be, only because of the people that I surrounded myself with, that I'm surrounding myself with currently over there in Nebraska, and that makes it easier, you know. And a lot of my coworkers are in the same shoes as me. They've left their home, and they've left their families, but they're going after their dreams.
Okay, well, that is the message that we want to get out to all Everyway Women, is to go out and live your dream. Don't let fear stop you. This isn't what you wanted, I know, but